If a man's wearing Western boots, should he tuck his jeans into the boot's shaft? Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, come on, Antonio, a man never tucks his jeans into his boots. And for most guys, that advice is spot on. Now, you will see women in various situations tucking their jeans or trousers right into the boots, and that's because they're wearing the boots as a fashion piece. I mean, hey, they got a good looking shaft on their leg, they want to show it off. But for most men, the boot is less fashion than it is function because they're comfortable, because they work with your outfit, because for a lot of guys, they become their day-to-day wear. That being said, there are situations in which a man would want to tuck his jeans into his boots. Maybe you're walking across town, walking across the farm, and it is raining. There's mud out there. You want to protect your pants. You don't want to get them dirty, then tuck them into the boots. Or maybe you're riding a horse or a motorbike and you're going through brush and you want to better protect your legs without, damaging your trousers. Historically, that was the purpose for the high shaft, protection from the elements, animals, brush, anything you can think of. In today's video, gents, how to wear cowboy boots even if you're a city boy. Now that first mistake, definitely a big one, but not the biggest one on this list. Now that's the majority of men do not even try wearing Western boots because they think for some reason you got to be a cowboy to be able to pull this off. Here's the secret, gents. To be able to rock Western boots, you just need to have the confidence to get started. Gents, it doesn't matter if you're commuting to LA because you got a house in the valley, or maybe you've always just viewed yourself as a simple boy who grew up in Long Island. You may even be a liberal holding out in the village, but here's the thing, you can go country. Look at them boots. Please tell me somebody got that reference. I know for me, I bought my first pair of boots because I wanted to dance with a beautiful girl. I was in high school and I got invited to her prom and I had a great time and never looked back. Seriously, guys, you want to meet the ladies, get on the dance floor. And that takes us to the next mistake, not wearing the boots. And that's why I think having a reason, having a purpose of where you're going to wear them, whether it be work, whether it be the dance floor, find a reason and actually start putting these things on. I practice wearing them around the house. Not only breaks them in, it gets you used to simply wearing them, then you're wearing them out, you're not even thinking about it. The next mistake is not getting the right fit. So the big mistake here is you go into it thinking, okay, it's like buying running shoes. No, it's not. You want to pay attention to a very particular part of the fit. Now, functionally, Western boots are made to be able to slip off. We're going to talk about why a little bit later in the history, but understand that it's okay if you've got a little bit of looseness in the back or even in the front area, but you want to make sure you got a firm grip right here again in the bridge sole area. Now, gents, if you're looking to grab your first pair or your 10th pair of Western boots, you need to go check out the Western Boots over at Thursday Boots. Yep, gents, you heard me right. Thursday Boots now has Western boots, and they got 3 styles that you've seen throughout this video. First up, we've got the Frontier. This is their clean and classic roper design. The roper is perhaps the perfect style. If you're looking to pick up your first pair of boots, you want something that's versatile, something you can walk around town in, something that you could work in, something that you simply could dress up if you so choose. Now, these ropers over at Thursday Boots are made using the highest quality leathers, featuring a mix of hand-finished full grain and a rugged, resilient leather. In addition, you've got natural leather outsoles and midsoles, plus a classic roper heel that's going to give you traction. Next up, we've got the Desperado. Now, this is a timeless cowboy style boot made with rugged and resilient leather. It's got a functional square toe last and shaft piping pattern. It's also got a rubber outsole, which makes these incredibly comfortable and functional. I know some of you guys are wondering, Antonio, that's a square toe. How can you even talk about it? Well, here's the thing. Square toes in Western boots have been around for a long time. They're incredibly functional because sometimes you need to be able to kick something to keep it moving along and you don't want to cause any damage. And if you're looking for a boot style that you can dress up, wear with a sports jacket, check out the Maverick. This is a premium, refined cowboy boot designed to stand out so you can stand confident. It's got a dress boot last and a Western heel. It's made with a hand-finished full-grain leather and an intricate quintuple stitched pattern. And all the boots, by the way, have a Goodyear welt construction. On the inside, they've got fully lined supple glove leather interior. Their insoles are made to absorb shock. And on top of all that, gents, these boots were made as a passion project. So a guy named Tony Thomas works over at Thursday Boots. He's retiring. This was something he wanted to see happen for years. And this guy had like 40 years of experience working with tons of different boot companies. And he brought the best to Thursday Boots. Again, gents, click on that link in the description of today's video. Go check out Thursday Boots and all the other great boots, all the different styles, shoes, all the different options, all the different products they've got over there. Thursday Boots, a great company, proud to support them. The next mistake I want to talk about is not buying the right style for your needs. I talked about 3 different styles. We have 2 of them in the classic Western design. They're going to have the higher shaft, and then you have the ropers. But first up, let's look at one of this classic pair of boots right here. And this is very similar to the first pair of boots I ever bought as a teenager when I wanted to go out dancing. I went with black because it's one of the easiest colors, going to already match a lot of things in your wardrobe. When you wear a pair of pants over this, you're going to notice that, hey, actually, most people won't even notice you're wearing boots, but you are going to stand taller. And again, what you want on a pair of boots like this to be able to move across the dance floor, that's where a lot of people use it, is simply, hey, you want to have that little bit, you want to have that leather right here on the base. You can have rubber back here. This gives you a little bit more traction, and I do like that. But yeah, you want to be able to glide, you want to be able to move. Now, could you use this in a horse? Yes, you could. And I know some of you guys do own animals and you're up on horseback, so it would make a great, basically the heel was designed, the cowboy heel, and traditionally cowboy heels are even longer than this, so it can go 1.5 inches to almost 2 inches. That would allow you to be able to get a really firm grip in the saddle. And I know I just misspoke there. I meant stirrup, but in general on a saddle, if you know all the parts of it, which I'm not going to get into those details. I did grow up riding horses, so I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Any West Texans out there and are from Midland, Odessa, Midland, Greenwood, that's where actually I'm from. But let's talk about a more functional boot. This is one that you definitely want to have a rubber sole, and there's a number of companies that have made names for themselves. Now, practicality or historically, this isn't something that we saw at rubber soles, but when it comes to being able to get traction, if you're going to just want a pair of boots that you can slip on, slip off, you're going to be working in, that's where actually having a square toe is really nice, because you can kick things, kick machinery. You know how it is. You kick it, it starts to work again. Guys, this is a practical, simple boot. In addition, the leather is going to be very rugged. It's going to be able to splash water in it, throw water in it, walk through puddles, walk through mud, and you want to be able to clean these up. You'll also notice the color here is lighter. Those other ones you could actually wear with a sports jacket. You could dress them up. I mean, gosh, you could even wear, go with the Texas tux, where you basically have a tux on top, then you've got black jeans with the boots. But I know not really a thing outside of Texas, but this right here, these are going to be casual. You can wear them with jeans every day, but not really going to dress these up too much because they're always going to be casual in style. That being said, you wear these with jeans and a t-shirt, maybe a long sleeve Henley. It's a good look. But if those last two styles are a little bit too cowboy for you, then you want to go for ropers. And I know there are ropers out there with laces. In general, the ropers I'm talking about are going to be slip on and slip off. So you're not going to have any type of lacing. The shaft is going to be shorter. For a lot of guys, this is a great place to start. They're not as heavy, although cowboy boots in general are not, I don't think, very heavy. But right here, you'll also see at the bottom, we've got the rubber sole in the back. We've got the leather right here. So these are also great for dancing. The heel in general on the roper as well is going to be a little bit wider. So these are just easier to walk in. If you're getting your first pair, I highly recommend you look at ropers. Now, this next mistake can really come back to bite you when you get your first pair of Western boots and they have a leather sole, and this applies to dress shoes as well. You want to wear them, preferably on some cement, on something rough, because you are going to want to create a little bit of traction. If it's something you live in a part of the world or you're going up and down really slick stairs, then I would recommend finding something either with a full rubber sole or taking these to a cobbler, or there are these things that you can basically put on your soles that will give them traction, but you do not want to wear these right out the box. And now let's address the issue of comfort. So many guys stay away from Western boots because they're like, oh, look at that heel. They just don't look comfortable. Guys, once you go Western boot, you ain't going back because they are so comfortable. Slip on and off, great for travelers. You are going to get compliments. You'll be over in London. People will want to buy these boots off you because, yeah, they just simply look good. They're like, oh, I've always wanted a pair. Are you from, Oklahoma, New Mexico? Not all cowboys are from Texas. What, Colorado? Point being is there's so much character, and they are, besides being comfortable, they've got so much style. Now, at this point, I want to go a little bit deeper into what exactly is a Western boot. A cowboy boot. Those words used interchangeability, although cowboy is more of a style. But the Western boot, which includes the roper, includes the cowboy, includes the buckaroo, in general, when we look at the pieces, we're going to see that there really isn't lacing. Again, there are some ropers with lacing, but I'm skipping those. We see that really it's a very similar style to what we see as the Chelsea, but the big thing here is going to be the shaft. In a nutshell, the Western boot has a very distinctive style, but there are going to be some characteristic differences in the different families and the function of the boot. Let's look at the toe. We talked about the square toe. And this one, again, very functional when you're working on a farm, you're working on a ranch, you want to be able to kick something, use those feet for more than just walking. You got the traditional. And again, this one is great, especially for dress boots. But one of the issues is that you don't want to kick things that you can puncture. Next up, you've got the snip toe. A lot of guys really like this because it's easy to get in and out of the saddle. At the same time, It is functional for them. And then you've got the more rounded toe. We see this on a lot of ropers or a guy that's got a wider foot. This is probably going to be one of the most comfortable styles out there. Now, what about the history of the Western boot? Where did it come from? Well, ever since men have been riding horses and women, we have worn shoes that protect our feet and that are easy to get in and out of. So we saw a wide variety of equestrian boots, especially coming out of Europe. Now, in the American Northwest, what we saw happen in the 1860s were the huge cattle drives from Texas up to Kansas. At the same time, we had a number of immigrants coming over from Europe to the opportunities out west, and many of them were skilled shoemakers. So they were taking up residence in Kansas, in Oklahoma, in Texas, because you had these huge cattle drives. These cowboys with a lot of money, they were ruining their footwear going up. And so guess what? When they're up in Kansas, they would buy a brand new pair of boots. A lot of times buy multiple pair of boots. One pair of boots that you could wear in town, another that you would simply wear when you're in the saddle working. Now, over a 50-year period with this boom, as you can imagine, the boots got a little bit intricate. This is when people really started paying attention, having fun with the design on the shaft. Guys like to be able to show off a little bit of money. They got a nice pair of boots, and they also got picked up by the budding fashion industry. Now, the cattle drives ended in the 1880s, killed by barbed wire. But why didn't barbed wire, why didn't the loss of the cattle drives kill the Western boot? Well, first up, it was established. Second up, it was incredibly functional. You had something that guys liked wearing. They loved the design features. Men continued to ride horses for another 50 years. And to this day, you still got many men that are riding horses and women. But what we see here is a boot that really is the apex of its design. If you want to wear something you can wear comfortable in a Western saddle, be able to keep it right there in the stirrup, you're not, if you fall off the horse, you're not going to get dragged to your death because the boot is going to slip right off, doesn't have any laces, and overall it's just a good looking functional piece of gear. The Western boot has survived because people still flock to it because of just all the great capabilities and functions it still has. Now, when it comes to the style aspect, the fashion industry has picked up boots on and off for decades. And you're going to see all different types of designs. There are companies out there like Rocket Buster where you can spend like $10,000, $20,000 on a pair of custom made boots with intricate designs. Very cool. Definitely go check them out. But right here, the big thing that you're going to notice is the heel isn't what it used to be. And that makes sense because people want something more functional. The majority of people that are buying these aren't going to be up in the saddle all day. Which brings up the question, okay, if you're not going to be up in the saddle all day, does that mean you're a poser if you buy a pair of Western boots? Of course not, because you may be riding that steel horse. Maybe you ride a motorcycle. You want a pair of boots that looks good on and off. Yes, biker boots are awesome, but they can grab a lot of attention. They're made necessarily, sometimes to be worn with a whole-on leather suit. If you want something that you can just walk into the bar, walk into the party and just, hey, no one know that you showed up on that Harley Davidson or Indian motorcycle, then maybe this is a great style for you. And what to wear with Western boots. Now, I already talked earlier about the differences between formal, casual, and trying to wear them in those situations. If you have the confidence, you can pull this look off in New York City. But for the majority of people, I'm going to say that boots should sit in the casual realm. So match them with jeans. That is the easiest piece to be able to wear with them. Sometimes people are going, hey, can I wear them with khakis? I don't think so. Can I wear them with shorts? My uncle did. I'm not going to say anything bad about Uncle Michael. For the majority of us, though, wearing this with shorts, wearing this with khakis, no. Simply wear these with jeans. It's an easy combination. Then what to wear with the jeans? Do you need to wear a Western shirt? No, you don't. You can wear a t-shirt. You can wear a variety of button downs. You can actually even pull off a sports jacket if you so choose. Point being is, though, try to keep it casual. Don't think that you're really going to be wearing a whole dress shirt, dress trouser combination, and then, trying to wear a pair of casual boots like this. Which takes me to the question, could you actually wear Western boots with a suit? A pair like this, you're in Houston, Texas, go for it. If you are outside of Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, you want to really make sure, again, you are in a position where you can pull it off. Maybe you've got the confidence. Maybe you own the company. Maybe it is where you're from. You're, Montana. You can definitely pull this off. But I would be careful in areas where, you just don't have that power. You don't have maybe the confidence because it can draw sometimes unwanted attention. Now, if you disagree with me, I want to hear from you down in the comments, especially if you love wearing Western boots, what situations, what outfits you've pulled them off with. I know a lot of my answers here are very subjective. It's my opinion. opinion. And I always love hearing from you guys down in the comments below. Now, we talked about jeans. What are the best jeans? Do you really want to wear a strong blue? No, I like darker jeans in general. Black jeans work great. Gray jeans as well. But again, darker is really what it's going to be at. If you want to go with jeans with a bright color or, ones that are lighter in color, I just don't feel it always works great. But again, some of you guys may prove me wrong. The weight of the jeans. I do think that this is important. Don't go with really lightweight jeans. You want to go with something a little bit heavier. I'm not saying you got to go all 16 ounces Japanese denim type thing with raw, but I am saying that go with some, there's a reason why a lot of guys wear Wranglers, because they make styles that just simply work. And they've also got that boot cut. Do you always have to go with the boot cut? No, but avoid skinny jeans or any type of really tight taper or thin cut that is not going to allow you to basically get the jeans around the shaft. And what color should you choose, black or brown? Again, black is going to be more formal. Brown is always going to be more casual, and you're going to see a lot of the styles, but the style does have something to do with it. A black in a square toe versus a dark brown in a curved toe that has just a really nice classic design. Maybe the black has a little bit of decoration on the shaft and on the front of, the toe area. Then in that case, yeah, you just have to understand there are many different options out there, and the rules I lay out here are in general. So what video to watch next, gents? Why are cowboys so damn stylish? Seriously, I break out the hat, I break out the shirt, I break out the jeans, and of course, I break out the boots. But it's a great video, guys. I really enjoyed putting this together. Get deep into the history about even the handkerchief. So if you want to learn more about dressing with a little bit of a Western flair, you want to check out this video right here. It's a great one.